Let's make mincemeat. Mincemeat used to have mince in it, meat in it. It used to be a spiced mixture of meat and some dried fruit. Over the years, it's turned into simply fruit. You can sometimes find it with still with suet in it, which is beef fat. Ours is only dried fruit and nuts and brown sugar and brandy. And it's basically like a filling. You can make little pies with it, or you could make mincemeat palmiers. All you need is a package of puff pastry that you're not scared of because you're a dinner partier, and some mincemeat, which frankly you can buy in a store already made in a jar if you want. But let's make mincemeat. I'm just going to quickly peel this apple, and then I'm going to grate it on a grater that you would just, use for cheese. Leonard's outside. He's such a good boy. I hope he has a great Christmas. And it makes big pieces. Mind your hands. We are going to put a little bit in the little processor to make a little bit of paste, which will help bind our mincemeat. That's beautiful. These are beautiful Honeycrisp apples. This is certainly an interesting year. There were a lot of sacrifices, but love for your friends and family is not one of them. So if you've been sheltering with somebody, make a special dinner. Even if it's the same person you've been with the whole freaking time. Let's talk about 12th night for a second. 12th night is January 6th. There's something kind of interesting to me about keeping the Christmas celebration going until January 6th. I like that idea. And there's a special cake, which is actually what we now think of as a Christmas cake. It's 12th night cake. There's a coin inside the cake, and the person who gets the coin has good luck all year, and the person who gets the bean or the pea is the 12th night king and can do all kinds of mischief and mayhem and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm getting back to mincemeat. It used to be that the Christmas cake used to be mincemeat pudding in the Middle Ages Tudor time. They would eat this weird spicy meat porridge thing, and that slowly turned into the Christmas cake. But mincemeat is a part of that history and that tradition. My dog's waiting to be let in, so we can't, he's an old man, He's like 90 or something, right? All right, here we go. So we have some beautiful grated apple. I'm now going to use some of these prunes, which I'm going to use for the paste section. So I'm going to put the prunes in here. We're going to put other stuff in there too. Here are some sliced almonds, which I cheated and bought. I didn't want to slice almonds, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put in some almonds in there. I'm going to put a little bit in here for the paste section. So I'm making sort of a pate and a crunch, sort of a body section. These are cranberries, a few cranberries, because I hate raisins. It's supposed to be raisins. Leonard's playing with his toy. He loves that toy, Lenny. So I'm going to sort of eyeball this. There is many, many recipes for mincemeat. This looks very blonde, so I'm going to do that and maybe put a couple more prunes in for the paste section. Okay, I'm going to put in some brown sugar. This is, not to talk about King Arthur again, but this is their incredible brown sugar keeper. You soak this in water and hello, brown sugar is in perfect condition. About a cup of brown sugar, that's a quarter, half. It's called eyeballing. 3/4, and a little bit. Now I'm going to use the incredible gingerbread spice from King Arthur flour. It's ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. It makes it so you don't have to do from 5 different little bottles. I'm just taking a little bit of this spice mixture and putting it in this section. I'm going to put a little bit of brandy in here. Now I'm just going to make this into a paste. Put a little bit of brandy in here. It's very, very Christmassy. Okay, great. We are now going to use the juice of a lemon and the zest of a lemon and the juice and zest of an orange. So you know, because you're a dinner partier, you always wash fruit before you grate it. It's got wax on it. This is a conundrum. If you're going to use this, you have to zest it before you cut it and juice it, but it makes it more difficult to cut and juice, but oh well. Starting to smell a lot like crema everywhere I go. I buy these, I don't like citrus fruit, but I buy them because people just love these. They're called cuties. I'm just going to juice these. This is a Meyer lemon, which is essentially like an orange, but it's okay. A cutie, just like Leo. A cutie, yum, yum. Here goes the juice. Here goes the paste. That looks like mincemeat. The question is, do we need more spice? Which we might, but that's why we taste. The great thing about mincemeat is that you can put it in a tightly sealed jar and make stuff with it. It keeps forever. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in. It's optional. You can put a little bit of butter. This looks amazing. I'm going to taste this to see if it needs more spice. It's not cloying like mincemeat is. Oh, it's kind of tart. A little more spice. So you're a dinner partier. Trust your instinct. This seems a little bit loose to me, but I'm not going to worry about it because I can also, I can spoon it and let liquid drop off of it. But it's also going to set up in the fridge a little bit. So I'm going to put it in the fridge for a few minutes while we start thinking about our pastry. So we're going to complete our palmiers or palmier, pig's ear, elephant ear. You might know it by a different name. They seem really fancy, but they're super easy. So what we're going to do is get our thawed in the refrigerator puff pastry that you're not scared of. And we're just going to roll it out a little bit like we normally do. It's got a hole in the middle, don't worry about it. Roll it out evenly. Always move your pastry to make sure it can move. Using a little bit of tiny dusting of flour, just a little bit out, and same thing on the other side. I think that's big enough. Now I'm going to put this on the sheet before we roll it. Okay, now we're going to cover this with mincemeat. Okay, we're going to leave a little central pathway that we're going to paint with egg wash now. Some recipes tell you to do it after. I wouldn't do that. So we're just going to make a little egg wash. Okay, I'm just going to paint down the center a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's not dead center. All right, I'm just going to put mincemeat like this. I could probably use a slotted spoon. Okay. I actually drained this in a sieve, just to get some of the extra liquid out, because I haven't made this in a while, and I put a little too much liquid in it. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to leave a little section in the middle. Okay, so I'm just flattening this out. Oh, we actually made exactly the right amount. Wow, that's lucky. Can we roll it? Ooh, it's not that easy. Ooh, it's not that easy, guys. Oh, yeah! Now I'm more confident. See that? Confident, confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure. So beautiful. This must set in the fridge until it's almost quite stiff. At least 15 minutes, maybe 30. Tarara palmiers, tarara palmiers, tarara palmiers, tarara palmiers. They've been chilling in the fridge, firming up. So let's take them out and see if they cut. Palmier, palmier, does whatever a palmier does. Ready? This is obviously useless, that part. Palmier 1, palmier 2, Palmier 3, hooray. Palmier 4, Palmier 5. The oven is preheated to 400, and I'm just gonna bake these until they look baked, which is, I'm presuming, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. That's enough palmiers, I think, don't you? I'm egg washing this just to give it a little shine. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle a little confectioner's sugar over the top, which will make a sort of a crunchy glaze, you know? All right, here we go. They're kind of messy, but they look sort of beautiful as well. I'm gonna take these out and I'm gonna cool them on a rack until I can handle them easily. You know, they're cute. They're like a cute little pastry. It's a good addition for Christmas breakfast or tea time or something like that. You might enjoy it. Palmier, who can say it's a good day with a palmier? Ta-ra-ra palmiers, ta-ra-ra palmiers, ta-ra-ra palmiers, ta-ra-ra palmiers.